All right, all right. I was gonna wanted to kind of show you guys another little short, real short clip. Can't find it right now, but welcome to the Thursday night Freedom Call or Gold Nuggets team call. Powerful video. You know, I ran across that a little earlier this week, and I wanted to share that because I just felt it moved me. All right, but one thing we know, watching the video moved me, but some of the things that he said in the video, it really touched home. You know, he said freedom is of the mind. Freedom is of the mind. This guy spent 37 years in jail for a crime that he did not commit. Wow. Wrongfully incarcerated and spent 37 years. Now, this guy was sentenced to life in prison plus an additional 80 years. He didn't know if he was going to ever see the outside of a jail cell again, or if he did, he wouldn't be able to walk freely without guards and in shackles for the rest of his life. He went to prison for 37 years. But one thing he said, he never let his mind go. He said, I went to prison for 37 years, but never let my mind go. Archie Williams is his name. Now, the reason why it touched home to me is because with this program that we're in here, that we're showing everybody, that we're trying to, share with everybody, carrot bars, some people get in here and they try for a month. Some people try for a week. Some people don't even last a day because they go out and they let other people destroy their dreams, right? They let other people steal their freedom because we are all in search of freedom. Yeah, you have a job and you are free, so to speak. But when you're on that job, you only have so much freedom. We're trying to share an opportunity with everybody that can free you from a job or at least give you some options where you can be free to make choices, right? Freedom is of the mind. When you go out and you can't overcome obstacles because people tell you no, that's an obstacle. When people say, no, I think that's a scam, or they don't believe in that, is obstacles. You got to get in your head that you're in control of your own life. You have to make your own decisions. If you have an opportunities, they say only come once in a lifetime, right? Some people say, nah, I'll get an opportunity. I'm not going to take that opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and I'll wait for the next opportunity. You never know when the next opportunity is going to come. Okay. I showed you guys some pictures after the video ended. And can you see my screen, Larry?
I see you. You're not sharing right now.
Okay, let me share. I'm gonna share it one more time, okay? I'm gonna share it one more time, and I want to. The pictures that I shared with you guys was one of my best friends. Me and this guy, we were fishing buddies. We fished for. We fished everywhere. If there was a lake open or water around to be fished, his name was Biscuit. We called him Biscuit. His name was Kevin Biscuit Jackson, right? I just talked to this guy about a week ago, and last night or a couple of nights ago, right before I was getting ready to go to bed, I got a phone call, I got a text message and told me, it said, call me, Biscuit's dead, okay? Biscuit was living life to his fullest. And just one night, he went to sleep and he didn't wake up. All right. So this made me think back to what Larry tried to show everybody about a month or so ago in Karatbars. He told you, you got to start setting up your beneficiaries. You need to set up your beneficiaries, right? People who have IRAs, people who have life insurance, people who have annuities, you know, they have these beneficiary designations when they fill these forms out, or when they acquire these assets. Some people don't even know them because they're not told the right information. They're not told to set your beneficiary, designate your beneficiaries. So a lot of people go on without doing that, and then something happens, and then their estates are left in the state's hands or government's hands, right? Don't wait, because tomorrow isn't promised, okay? This short video I'm about to show you is about a 3-minute video. Is going to show you how to set up in Karatbars your set up your designation in Karatbars, okay? So just, I'm gonna share this, and then Larry's gonna go ahead and share with you guys an awesome presentation, and I'm just gonna sit back
Never
and
leave them
listen.
blank or put my estate. That's a big mistake, because what happens then is that your asset then has to go through probate before your heirs receive anything. So if you fill out a beneficiary designation, your funds are going to go right to that person or to those people. By the way, many banks and attorneys don't give you accurate advice about that. In my personal practice, I've seen probably 25% of the time when somebody brings in an IRA, an annuity, or life insurance policy, it's either blank or it says my estate. That's a huge mistake. By the way, there are 2 different kinds of designations there.
I'm just telling you, if you're in Karatbars, if you don't know how to set up your beneficiary, please take out a pencil and paper and write down these 3.
Please take out a.
Make sure you write this down.
So be sure, if it does have a primary beneficiary and a contingent beneficiary, you fill out both of those. And so it's always important too to be aware that life changes. You know, people get married, they have divorces, children are born, die, grandchildren are born, families expand or contract. So you want to keep those beneficiary designations up to date on all your IRA documents, your life insurance, and annuities. Well, I want to talk about that first, but really Karatbars, I'm so happy that Harold Seitz comes from the financial services industry out in Germany there, because he knows the power of a beneficiary designation. So Karatbars, and I was blown away when I saw this, by the way, but Karatbars offers a beneficiary designation on your profile. Well, what does that mean? Very simply, if something happened to you and you passed away, the income stream that you had created for you and your family will continue going to the person you've named as your beneficiary. Wow. The company doesn't stop the income stream. It keeps going to them. So how do you fill out your beneficiary designation? Very simply. Just go to the Karatbars website, and you know that, karatbars.com, and log in with your name and password. Then you're going to be in your back office. You're going to see in the navigation bar at the top where it says Profile. Just click on Profile, and down below you'll see a drop-down box, and it says Edit Profile. So click on Edit Profile. Once you do that, go to the very bottom of that form, that profile of yours, and you're going to see a spot that says Beneficiary Information. Again, Beneficiary Information. So now you can add or change your beneficiary at any time, now and in the future. And be sure to do this as soon as possible. Don't think I'll do it next week or next month or next time I'm online. You know, I heard a long time ago that nobody has a contract with life. So make that at the top of your list of things to do this week. So that.
Okay, so hopefully you guys, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, it takes you about 1 minute to set it up. And if you haven't set it up, please do so ASAP. Because if not, nobody will have access. If you could have $100,000 worth of gold in your account, and if you don't have a beneficiary set up, nobody will have access to it, and that'll be just money sitting there that would just go to waste. All right, so now let's go ahead. I'm gonna introduce Larry Gayden. Most of you guys know this guy. You know, and you know the story between me and Larry. He's just like my fishing partner that just passed away. You know, Larry, you know, I consider him a really good friend. I consider him a brother. We've been friends for over 30 years. You know, we haven't always been right here in the same city with each other. I mean, we haven't even been in the same countries all the time. He was in Germany, I was in the United States, or I may have been in Korea and he was somewhere in the States. We've been all over the place, but our paths crossed twice, and we have never ever, you know, taken our friendship for granted. I appreciate him for introducing me to Carrot Bars about 4.5 years ago. Gave me something that I could share with my family, something that I can build for generations to come. And you know, you guys, like I said, if you don't know him, well-educated man. Actually, he's still chasing, you know, his dream of opening up a school one day. He's you know, he's in pursuit of a PhD. So we'll be calling him Dr. Larry Gayden here in probably about a year or so. You know, but he's owned his own businesses, worked for huge companies where he was in charge of hospitals, over 200 hospitals across the country. You know, he's just always looking for an opportunity to help his family achieve financial independence. All right. So with that being said, Larry Gayden, come on out, brother, and share with us this evening, and just make us, hey man, just make us smarter.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm trying to get my video started here. Seems like there's a little lag time on it. There it goes. All right. Hey, first of all, man, you know, my condolences to Biscuit and his family. Al, I know he was a boy. You know, matter of fact, the three of us has fished, you know, we fished together before out in Louisville. So, you know, my heart just breaks for he and his family and for you, because I know how close you guys were. You know, it's funny how the things that you're going over today, how much they parallel with the things that I wanted to go over. And I will tell you, team, you know, usually when I talk about Carrot Bars, I don't talk about how much money you can make, because really we're not supposed to talk about how much money you can make because it can be considered inducement. So I don't want to do that. However, I don't want to shortchange this call and say that you can't make a lot of money, because you can make a whole lot. And I know, I get it. It's not just about money. It's about helping. It's about teaching. It's about building. And that's what we do, and that's what I enjoy. You know, it's funny, man, because I was going back over some of our presentations that we've been doing for like the last year or so now. And I love to read. Listen, team, I got this book right here. This book is man, I could have written this book. Matter of fact, I think I did write it. It's called Retirement Rules. And you know, and it's the same things that Al and I have been talking about for the last 5 years. And that's what, listen, this is a financial dude that wrote this. This is a financial company that wrote this book. The guy wrote this book. Is a very wealthy guy out in Louisville, Tanker. He wrote The Strategic Wealth. Matt Dickens wrote this book on retirement rules, and it just parallels everything that we talk about. And then also the guy that we just saw on that video, hey, I know that guy. That's Matt Reddick. Matt is one of the top financial advisors out in Nashville. Matter of fact, I think he's Darren's financial advisor. And Darren is my sponsor. Man, but anyway, listen, I just have several points that I want to go over with you about Carrot Bars and what we do and why we do it. Listen, team, it's so important for us to grab a hold of this, because number one, we can save in gold. Number two, we can arbitrage and get KBC coins that's linked to gold. We can build our team. We can start earning infinite income with this and grow a legacy wealth. Not just your wealth for today, but a legacy wealth. I'm gonna go ahead and share. I'm gonna share my screen, team, because I want you guys to see this PowerPoint. And you know, you guys know me. I'll put a PowerPoint presentation together in a heartbeat. So right before this call, I started thinking, because I had just read this book called Retirement Rules. And I'm just going to go over some of the things that's in this book, things that we're doing, things that we've been talking about. So put your seatbelts on, and here we go. Retirement rules. This was the first thing that I saw in the book. It says the bank world. How many times have we talked about banks? It says, if you invest your money in CDs, that's a certificate of deposit, money market accounts, or savings accounts, you have found a way to lose your money safely. You have found a way to lose your money safely. It's rigged. Banks keep your money in-house while you get cleaned out by inflation. You know, Tanker, you know what this reminds me of? I used to watch the wrestling. And you know, you have the tag team matches, or you have the one guy in there fighting, but another guy's on the ringside. And he's fighting this guy. And then they distract the referee, and the other guy grabbed the guy by the feet, but the referee don't see it. Man, it's so unfair. It's rigged. I'm telling you, the banking system is rigged, and it's rigged for you to lose. I said these things on a couple of presentations a while back. Hey, you're not gaining anything there in the banks because of inflation. This was the next thing. This kind of talks about Wall Street, and it says, if you look at a chart of historic cycles in the U.S. stock market, you will see periods of 16 or 18 years in which there was little or no growth. In such periods, some years look good and some not so good, with the net results being nothing to show for it, and plenty of stress, volatility along the way. Inflation in those years is often higher than what the stock market returned. Have you heard me talk about this before? 1973, Arab oil embargo. 1980, S&L crisis. 1987, Black Monday. 1994, the bond crisis. 2001, tech bubble. 2008, subprime lending. Have you heard me say this before? Listen, I'm not the financial guy, this guy is. But he's saying the same things that we've been saying. Man, absolutely blows my mind. It blows my mind, team. Let's keep rolling. So the myth of diversification. It says, let's diversify, and some things will go up and some things will go down, and it will work out for you. No matter how diversified your portfolio is, it will lose value if it's tied to the market in such times. Remember me saying, you can have 5 different nests, but if everything you have in each nest is tied to the same rope, is tied to the same brick, and when it starts going down, it all goes down. This guy is saying the same thing. But look at what we can do now with carrot bars. Man, you're talking about diversify. We got gold, baby. We got gold. And we have crypto that's linked to gold. And we have Carrot Pay. And we have K Merchant. Wow. Come on now. Blows my mind what we can do with this company. This was something that I just said on last Thursday call. Remember I was talking about Social Security? Did you go back and read that and watch that recording? Hey, this is what Matt said. Okay, this is what Matt Dickens said. Social Security, the government has quite a problem. He says has quite a problem. When Social Security was started, you had to be 65 years old to qualify for it. Life expectancy then was 66 years old. Few people were expected to receive the benefit for very long. Today, life expectancy is getting longer and longer, so participants are spending many years drawing it. What can happen in the future? What can happen in the future? Man, if you made a whole lot of money, if you earned a whole lot, they could do what's called means testing to determine if you are going to get Social Security or not, and you've been paying into Social Security all these years. Hey, I didn't say it. This guy, Well, I did say it, but this guy right here wrote it. I'm telling you, man, listen, grab a hold to what we have access to. Let's keep rolling. Here we go. Growing wealth without taxes. You know, I was on a call the other day with it was Robert Kiyosaki and a whole lot of other folks. And one of the things that he said why President Trump never released his tax statements, his tax documents. You know why he never released them? Because he doesn't pay taxes. That's why. And guess what Robert Kiyosaki said? Robert Kiyosaki said, I don't pay taxes either. Listen, there is a difference between tax evasion, which is illegal, as Wesley Snipes, and tax avoidance. There's a difference. Tax avoidance is legal. But you know what? We don't know how to do it. Well, actually, we do now, because now I know. Guess what? You gonna know. And it's totally legal. There is a difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. We're talking about retirement rules. Hey, confidence comes from understanding. You have to understand all the different rules that are out there. You have to understand Karatbars and what it can do for you. But not only do you have to understand it, you have to apply it. Success doesn't come by default. Wow, you mean to tell me that just because my name's Gaten, I'm not successful? My name's Cameron. You mean to tell me just because my last name's Cameron, I'm not successful? All the other Camerons are, so guess what? I might as well be successful too. No, it doesn't come by default, team. It is up to me. It is up to you. The only person that controls me is me. The only person that I control is me. I can push me when I don't feel like being pushed. You know what? I'm so good, I can pull me when I don't feel like being pulled. And I'm even better. I can drag me even when I don't feel like it. Because I see the bigger picture and I know what success looks like and I want it. We have access to it right here in Karatbars, team. We have access to it. Successful people make a habit of doing things that unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. Are you willing to be successful? That's my question. Are you? Or are you just gonna sit on the sidelines? Not me. Here's the thing. I can't control what you do. I can control what I do though. And that's what I do. I control what I can do. Oh man, I love this one. The best dollar I never spent. What's the best dollar I never spent? If you had gone to a store or shopped online, how much did it just cost you? See, that's the way Larry thinks now. I didn't used to think that way, Kevin. I didn't think like that, but this is the way I think now. Let's say that the pandemic is kind of clearing a little bit. Man, I'm going down to Ruth Chris. You know, in that pink building downtown, down in Louisville? I'm going up on the top floor. I'm going to Ruth Chris. And man, I'm going to get me a porterhouse. That's right. Got to be dressed up. I'm going to get me a porterhouse, y'all. That's going to last me all of 20 minutes, if that. That's to consume and not to be nasty, but within an hour or so after that, it's gone. $50 gone. Listen, and I'm not saying don't spend money. I'm just saying, hey, this is how Larry thinks. Because every time I think about spending money, this is what I think about. Man, I could have went to my Cash App. I could have bought me some Bitcoin on Cash App, like $50 worth. And I could have sent that over to Caribbean and got me 10,000 KBC coins. I could have got me 10,000 KBC coins with $50 that lasted me all of an hour. So why is this important? So let's say when these coins go up, have these coins been to 10 cents before? Yes, they have. These coins go up to 10 cents per coin. That's $1,000. Ha! But then when it goes up to 15 cents, has it been up to 15 cents before? Yes, it has. That's $1,500 for that same $50. But you know what, guys? Y'all know I don't mess around. At 50 cents, that's 5,000. And then check this out. $25 per KBC coin, that's $250,000. See, that's how I think now. You thought I was frugal before? Man, I'm so frugal. I'm telling you, because every time I buy something, I always ask myself, man, how many coins was that I just passed up on? That's what I'm asking myself. How much gold did I pass up on for building for my financial future? Here we go. It says, how much does lost opportunity cost you? You must do things differently than the majority. You can't be the majority. You can't follow the herd. When I was in Mississippi, we used to herd cattle. There was always a lead cow. All the other cows just followed her wherever she went. They didn't question nothing. If she was leading them to the slaughterhouse, guess what? They all went to the slaughterhouse. Man, I'm not following the herd. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing what the majority is doing. You must be the minority. Hey, start learning about blockchain technology. Start learning about cryptocurrencies. Get diversified. Start learning about your Unival, your KBC, your Unival and Caribbean, converting it to KBC, converting it to Ethereum, converting it to Bitcoin, converting it to cash. Start learning about saving, being on autosave in your carry bars account. You can't be the majority. You have to be the minority. And here's the thing, Al just said this, and Al and I hadn't even talked about this. Al just said, you can't let friends, family, or acquaintances kill your opportunity when most of them are on the wrong side of wealth. Broke people trying to tell you not to save in gold. Broke people trying to tell you, don't get them coins, don't get that cryptocurrencies. I heard that's the devil's money. I heard it ain't worth nothing. I heard it's gonna be worthless. I heard you can't spend it. Why are you listening to people on the wrong side of wealth? Stop doing that. They are the majority. You must be the minority because they are not qualified to be your guide. They're not. Keep it rolling. They try to talk you out of it, you keep it rolling. Man. Woo-wee. Y'all, planning for prosperity. This is, I think, one of the last slides that I have to share with you. And this is what Al, I think, was just going over as well. You see how in tune we are? Planning for prosperity. Listen, power of attorneys. If you don't have one, get one. Get you a power of attorney. There's something else you need. You need a living will. Make sure you have a living will. Al just said it. Listen, beneficiaries. Update your beneficiaries in carrot bars. Make sure it is up to date. You can add more than one beneficiary. You don't just have to have one. You can add more than one. And if you don't have a beneficiary to add in your carrot bars account, add me. I'm okay with that. There's so much danger in procrastinating. There's so much danger in that, team. We have to be proactive. We have to get it done. We have to move forward. Don't procrastinate. Learn how to set up a trust. Listen, with Carabar's ecosystem and all that we have, how many times have I told you, make sure you have your thumb drive with all of your information on it. Back when we had the MyEther wallets, your wallet addresses, your emails, your passwords. Make sure all of that is on a thumb drive in a safe somewhere. Make sure you have 2 thumb drives with that information. Make sure that someone else in your family knows where that thumb drive is and what's on it. And make sure they have a good point of contact to help them figure out what's on the thumb drive and how to use it. But this is what we should be doing, team. We should be teaching our young folks what we're doing. We should be teaching our middle-aged folks what we're doing. We should be teaching our old folks what we're doing, because that's how you build wealth. See, let me tell you where they went wrong 5 years ago. This is where they went wrong. They told me about carrot bars, and that was it. Because after that, the research was on. I've learned so much about gold. I've learned so much about financial literacy in the last 5 years than I had learned my whole 30 plus years in the workforce. And you know, I didn't learn anything about financial literacy in school. I learned how to work. I learned how to punch a time clock. I learned how to sit behind the person in front of me in school. I learned how to say, yes, ma'am. I learned how to do those things. I learned how to make money, but they didn't teach me how to keep it. And they most definitely didn't teach me how to make it grow. But that's okay, because now I know it's on. It is absolutely on now, and I will not stop until everybody in my circle knows what I'm doing. And whether they come on board or not, that's on them. Like I said, the only person I can control is me. I can go to the highest mountaintop and scream as loud as I can what we're doing. But if you don't want to get on board, that's on you. Don't say that you never had an opportunity. And here's the last thing. Charitable giving. How many times have we talked about, what's your why? I want to give back. I want to help somebody else out. I want to be able to donate money and not even say who it came from. These things right here is how you plan for prosperity. We know how to make money, but now we have a system that can actually help us save money. And not only that, this system will help us make even more money and have our money make money for us. And that's what it's all about. Get out of that mindset that you have to punch a time clock every single day, because you don't. That's what you were taught. That's what you believe, because that's what was ingrained in you so many years. Get up, go to work, go to lunch, go home. Get up, go to work, go to lunch, go home. Every single weekday or weekend, whatever your work hours are, you go to work, and that's fine. But at some point, what's going to happen when you're no longer working? What's going to happen to your income when that job's, look at it now. There are so many people who used to live paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. They're not living paycheck to paycheck now. They're living right now. They're living direct deposit to direct deposit. Because for many folks, that paycheck has stopped. So now it's direct deposit to direct deposit is how they're living. We don't have to live that way, but it's our choice. I can't make you, but I can help you. Al can help you. And that's what it's all about. It's about helping each other. All right. Woo. While I was going, I saw a hand that was raised. There it is. Okay, Edife. Yes, sir. His question is, that was a private message, so I'll message him privately. But I'm telling you, this thing here is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. And I can't say what income level I'm at, but just know that I'm doing well enough not to have worked in 2 years. I just put it that way. If that gives you any indication. And if you look at my physique, you see I ain't lost no weight. Whew. It's all yours, Al. Whatever you got, brother.
All right, great presentation, guys. And hey, I'm just gonna add a couple of things on there, man. So carrot bars, some of you guys don't know, maybe it's your first time hearing about Karatbars, or, first or second time. Guys, I'm just letting you know, man, that, Larry and I build this thing. It's not just Larry and I. We're a part, and all of you guys are part of a huge team. Karatbars has almost 1 million affiliates, right? They have a lot of different companies that support them, that support us. So, there are some people, and I've got people in my family and my life that are still saying, well, I'm still investigating. I'm still doing my research. And I just tell them, go ahead. I let them research, because those are the same people that will go out and accept the job that's going to make them or that's going to chain them to a desk for 40 years just because they say, we'll pay you $100,000 a year. That's great. They pay you $100,000 a year, but you're gonna give Uncle Sam $40,000 of that back, because you're gonna pay about 35 to 40% of taxes. So it's great that you can make $100,000 a year. We got people in this business. Larry was well into six-figure. He was on a six-figure job. Doing well. Had his own company, doing real good. So people think, because when you offer this Karatbars business to somebody, you're afraid to offer it to them because they doing good, man. They don't need nothing like this. I didn't need it either. Larry knew when he introduced this to me, man. I thought I was doing great. I was doing great. If you had by the people around me, if you look at it from their point of view, when they compare me to them, when we try to compare ourselves to the next guy, we all think we're doing great, and that's awesome. But we have people in this company, man, that join Karatbars who are millionaires. Matter of fact, Harold Sykes, the CEO of this company, was a billionaire before he even created this company. But he created this company because he always had a mind, he always had a vision that he wanted to help people like us to create wealth. He wanted us to have the opportunity that the wealthy people had, but we just didn't have a way to do it. We couldn't create the wealth, and he just met so many wealthy people who just wasn't right, who just who were just living way up above everybody else and just always wanted to look down on people. And he just wanted to get people involved in a company who are really good people and who are willing to reach out a hand to go help other people. People build Karatbars because they need to or they want to. And I used to say it all the time. I say, I'm not doing it because I need to, but that's a lie. That is a lie. I built it because I need to, not because I'm money hungry, not because I was in need of money. I was in need of a way to create some wealth. I was in need of a way, and the only reason why I say create wealth is because I didn't want to work until I was, until I died, pretty much, until I was 80, 95, 85 years old. I just didn't want to do it. There's so many things in life that I want to accomplish. So many people in my life that I want to, help. I do a lot of charity work. I run my own, organization. Where I train kids and I get kids involved in the community. I just I want to be able to help other people. And this country right here afforded me the opportunity to go out and not just help kids learn how to play basketball. I could teach their parents how they can send their kids to college. When Larry introduced this thing to me, my grandbaby, she's 6 years old now. She was just born. And I love my kids to death. And I always look for ways to, leave something for my kids. But when my grandbaby was born, boy, I tell you what, it took it to another level. It made me realize that, man, I can't just take care of this generation. I got to try to take care of generations to come. And what motivated me is that my family, the generations before me, they worked really hard to take care of us. And I thank God that they did what they did to take care of us. They did what it took. They kept food on the table. They kept a roof over our heads. They did everything they could to make sure that we were going to be okay. And one thing that I'm proud of and I'm happy for is that, my grandparents, my mother, they gave us the spirit. They gave us, the spirit of giving. They gave us, they gave us life. They taught us at a young age something that we need to pass on from generation to generation. They taught us that we need to believe in God. We needed to accept the Lord Jesus Christ as our personal Savior. And I learned that at a young age, and I did it at a very young age. And every day of my life, I remind myself that no matter what, I don't care how much wealth you attain, acquire, I don't care how much money you put in your pocket, if you leave this earth and you have not accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, guys, it doesn't matter how much you get. You can't take that with you. You know, you don't want to leave this earth without doing that. All right. So make sure you get your life in order as far as your finances and all your documentation. So if something happens to you, you can pass it on, but make sure you don't get passed over or turned away at the pearly gates when it's time for God to read, you know, that book of life. Make sure your name is in that. All right. So that being said, like I said, don't go beg people to do Karat bars. Share it with people because you really care to help other people, right? But don't beg people to do this thing because it's not for everybody. My buddy Biscuit that just passed away, love him to death. I love him to death. He's, like I said, I was one of his only people on this earth that he considered family, even his own family. You know, he didn't really have a great relationship with them. They just, you know, it's not because they were bad people. It was just the way it was. You know, he had just signed 2 weeks before his death. He had just signed a divorce decree with his wife. And thank God that it hadn't been adjudicated yet because she was the one that had to go down there and identify his body and make arrangements, right? But Karat bars wasn't for him. And I wasn't mad at him. You know, it just wasn't for him. Biscuit, he lived a good life and he enjoyed fishing. He enjoyed being around people. But it just wasn't, this wasn't for him. So this isn't for everybody, right? But even if you don't get other people on your team, which we encourage you to do it, you know, we encourage you to build your team and share this opportunity, make more money, right? But you can create the wealth without a team. You can, you know, if you want to just sit down and say, hey, man, nobody wants to listen to me, it's okay. All the things that Larry talked about, and you guys in the weeks to come, you know, you guys are going to be seeing what Karat bars are putting in place right now. So I'm telling you, stay plugged in because it's been great, but it's getting ready to get greater. You know, the KC coins, the system that we have in place that's pretty much going to make this thing be more valuable than what it is. I think it's going to go way beyond the 12 and 14 cents it was before, but that's just me. It's not guaranteed. It's just the systems they have in place that we're learning about right now. It's going to make the value go way up. You know, the gold, you guys can look at the history. I showed the history chart about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Look at the history of gold. The price of gold has always sustained itself, or at least maintained its value and kept up with inflation or have outpaced inflation. All right, so with that being said, don't forget goldrocks.info, 2 times a day, 6 days a week. They're getting ready to have a call in about 7 minutes at goldrocks.info, and they're going to be sharing the business plan, the business opportunity. They do it twice a day, 6 days a week, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern and 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, goldrocks.info. And then on Sundays, they have fast track training. They will teach you how to build your business. They will teach you from the ground up, from the ground floor, all the way up, every step. If you have any questions, get on that fast track training. That's where you can answer some questions. You talk to the big wigs and Karat bars. These guys are, what they call gold directors, elites, threes and ones. These guys are very professional. Not to say that Larry and I are not professional, but we want you guys to plug in every chance you get. And that way, even if you don't, because I was on a call today with my daughter, Alexia Taft. She's on the phone. She sponsored Jane Hood a while back, and I was helping him with his business packages. He was talking about, he was trying to, trying to figure out what to say and how to talk to his buddies about this business. And I said, man, listen, you haven't been on the call lately. We keep telling you, don't talk to him. I mean, you tell him a couple of words and then just shut up. send them to us. Send them to goldrocks.info. Let us do the talking for you. Okay. So I told him, and I'm telling you guys, create a list of at least 20 people. 20 people, give it to me and Larry. Let us work the list for you. If you're afraid, if you don't want to build a business, give me the 20 name list. I'll take it and I'll sponsor them myself. If you don't want to sponsor them, I'll call the people and everybody that gets a package. I'll pay you a fee, a finder's fee for it. I do that in real estate. Well, no, I don't. I don't do that in real estate because it's illegal to do that. But you know, people that sell cars and stuff like that, you know, they give referral fees, finder fees, you know. But they, you know, so I had to step up. You know, people might say, "Oh man, I can't do that. It's illegal. I can't do it in real estate." But other businesses you can do that. Okay. But in carrot bars, if you're afraid to talk to people, you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to build the team, you know, give us the referrals because that's what most of us on this call are doing. We're building a team and we need referrals, you know. So with that being said, Larry, thank you, brother, again for man educating us tonight. And like I said, every time you put something on that, I mean, I can't believe this guy puts this stuff together in 10 or 15 minutes. It'd take me probably about a year to do that stuff that he just did. But thank you, brother. And you just go ahead and take us out, man. And team, thank you for joining. And just remember, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, you know, so let me remind you, because so often, Al, we get scared or I don't know about building a team. It just scares us to do that. It just scares us to talk to somebody about something about team building when that's what we do. We're team builders. You know, how hard is it for you to survive all by yourself? It's hard. You need a what? You need a team.
Support group, yeah.
Yeah, you need a team to help you survive. You know, Al and I, you know, we're combat veterans. You think I would want to be on the battlefield by myself? Heck no. I don't want to be out there by myself. Listen, when you only have a job earning one money, guess what? You're on the battlefield by yourself. And when the enemy comes in and gets you, whether it be you get laid off, whether it be you get fired, whether it be the company closes, whether it be a pandemic, whatever it is, and if that's the only money you have, if that's the only means of making money that you have, you are setting yourself up for failure. Please get out of your mind, get that out of your head about networking. It's a bad thing. No, it isn't. It is a phenomenal thing. Because when my river dries up over here on the east side, my river is still flowing on the west side. You gotta keep going, team. You gotta keep going, keep building, keep moving. So Tammy Morrison, I'm sure most of you guys probably know who Tammy is. I can't even tell you how big Tammy's team is. I don't know how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of people she has on her Carry Bars team. And she has a huge team in South Africa. And I'm Tammy, how did you know South Africa? How did you do that? How did you get there? Tammy knew a person in West Virginia, a coal miner. She knew a coal miner who knew a barber, who knew somebody else, who knew somebody in South Africa. And now her team is booming with folks from South Africa, because let me tell you, they understand this gold thing. They understand, you know, being suppressed. They understand all that. We didn't quite get it. I think we're starting to get it now, though. But I'm telling you, so it's not who you know, it's who you know that they know that they know that you don't know. You could be in over how many countries now, Al? More than 140, where you could have business. And really, team, it's about helping each other out. It's about creating wealth for yourself. Get educated about wealth. You know, keep moving forward in Carry Bars. Do you first. Do you. Save and go. Get on auto save, save and go. You know, start learning how to get more KBC coins because, hey, mid-June or sometime, man, we go live on the blockchain. Oh, my goodness. Man. And if you don't know what blockchain technology is, send us an email or text me, and I'll send you a video that kind of explains what blockchain technology is, and we got it. And we're going to have so many different systems on it. Yes, sir, Al.
Okay, and it's 9 o'clock, so we get ready to end it. But guys, there was a question in the chat room. What is cryptocurrencies? You know, Bitcoin and KBC, and we'll go over it a lot more. And you know, on another call. If in fact, you know, if your sponsor want to schedule a call with just Larry and I, we can go over it even more, you know, in detail. But the cryptocurrency, guys, is really, if you haven't heard of it, you know, I would tell you to Google Bitcoin and the history of Bitcoin, but it's just digital money. It's the new currency that, you know, that's not controlled by the bank. It's a decentralized coin. You know, that means you don't have to go through the bank. People trade them on a blockchain. They have a lot of different exchanges where you can go in and you can purchase a Bitcoin. A Bitcoin has value based on the, you know, the supply and demand. You know, so it goes up and down like the dollar, but Bitcoin is very volatile because it's not really backed by anything. It's just backed by, hey, I got some Bitcoin. Do you want them? And how they do it is they only created about after it's all said and done, when people get through mining Bitcoin, because you can't go out and print Bitcoin, you know, it has to be mined, and there's just like gold, there's only so many of them. And when it's all said and done, when they get through mining Bitcoin, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin available. That's the reason why it's so, you know, people are like, wow, there's only so many Bitcoin. But there's companies out there across the country, across the world now that are starting to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. Same with, that's what Larry was telling you about in Carrot Bars. We created our own cryptocurrency called KBC. And we have our own blockchain that's getting ready to be released, and we're getting ready to start operating off our own blockchain here in a couple of weeks, right? Our KBC coin is going to be able to be traded on our own exchange called Carrotbit, which is going to be on the blockchain. And we're going to have our own universe where you're going to be able to go in there and you'll see Larry's shirt shop or Al's, basketball gear for sale and fishing gear. There you go, Tanker. Yeah, we're going to have a fishing so you can go in there and buy stuff and using our Carrot Gold, Cash Gold, or Bitcoin or our KBC coins. So it's just another form of income, another form of money that people use, and we have access to it. We have our own, and it's just what we call an income producing asset that we do not have to sell to make money.
You said it all, brother. You said it all.
All right. And like I said, we can have another call where we talk more about this, in detail. If you want to know more information about it, just keep plugging in. And good question though. And again, guys, we're about 3 minutes over, but appreciate everybody. And like I said, man, just send a prayer out and up to my partner's family, man. Keep them in prayer. Man, everybody just take care of yourself and just, hey, tell your loved ones you love them. And with that being said, I'm gonna tell every last one of you, I appreciate you and I love you guys, and I'm not afraid to say it. I love you guys and I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Hey, I see Reggie had a question. I don't know if he still has it or not, but if anybody wants to jump off, that's fine. I'm gonna stay here until you're not. So Reggie, if you have a question still, come on out, brother.
All right, anybody else that needs to get off the call, man, thanks for joining. We'll see you guys next week, and have a great one. Larry, I'm gonna hang in here with you, man, because it might be some good questions. I love you too, Tiba. Thank you, sister, for jumping on. I know she's at work. That girl be working, man.
Yeah.
He'll be joining.
Hey, Al, Larry, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing well,
Okay.
Mr. Reggie. How you doing,
Good.
bro?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. I had posed that question to you guys because I know that a lot of times when I'm talking to the people, that question becomes, what's the difference between Bitcoins, crypto, and all that other kind of stuff, to kind of get an understanding of what that is. I understand the gold piece of it, buying the gold, but it's the coin side of it that can be a lot of confusion because there's so much definitions out there on the crypto and the Bitcoins. And I was wondering if it would be advantageous that we put together some type of learning package that would include definitions, how to do that. I know, Larry, in the past, you've sent me some documents on how to, transfer and all this other kind of stuff. Have we thought about putting together like an intro packet that when we're talking to people, we can say, okay, this is what that is?
So in your Karatbars account, uh, what's that site, Al, that has, well, you know what, I don't think it has all the training on there yet, but I do know mid-June, there's like a Karatbars universe where you're gonna find a whole lot of training that's coming out. I used to do a lot of those type documents, Reggie, but I'll tell you, man, like with the systems that we had at your hospital,
Right.
how things would change, and then you have to do updates. Man, this thing's like a moving target sometimes. So I stopped doing as many documents as I used to do because there was always changes. However, there can be something basic, but I think Karatbars, and people already out there have stuff. You can go to Wealth Builders Worldwide, and find information. You can go to Synergy Gold Group and find information. Those were the links I think that Al or I had sent you last week. So there's a lot of stuff there already to help them understand what cryptocurrency, KBC, and all that is. But we'll try to find something else. Go ahead, Al.
And also, like I said, good question, man. And I love it because, guys, we're going to make it work. This is our team. I mean, we're part of a huge team, but, we got, in order for you guys to grow, we have to continue to grow. And Larry and I had talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be putting together, little 5 to 10 minute videos, and we're going to upload. So you guys have got to start sending people to our YouTube channel. We got to get that thing hot and popping because a lot of people that's building Karatbars, that's doing really good in Karatbars, they have a hot and popping YouTube channel, So that's the only reason why I started uploading our videos there. Just make sure when you send them there, make sure you let them know that, if they have any questions, especially if they are not in Karatbars yet, if they have any questions, don't click on any of the links. Tell them to just get back with you, and then you can give them your personal link if they want to sign up and they want to have any more questions. But we're going to be doing like 5 to 10 minute videos. It is how-to videos, like what you're talking about, and things like this. This is important. So when we have these type of meetings, and you guys want, if it's something that we haven't gone over, let us know, man. And then we'll put together, a little short video, a how-to video, and then we'll play it. We'll have like a Zoom meeting. We could do a little impromptu Zoom meeting. We'll play that video for everybody who's on the call, and then after we play the video, we'll have a discussion. We'll have a little discussion, and then maybe even let you log on to your computers while we do a little walkthrough. You know what I'm saying? And show you exactly where to go and how to do it. So yeah, that's definitely the plan. It's just right now, like Larry said, man, until I say about mid-June, we really need to hold off because a lot of new stuff, there's a lot of new changes. Larry and I found out today, like we had some people, like Tanker's got a guy who wants to get a VIP package, and we had to go in and I check, because I had a guy trying to sign up and get a package today, and come to find out, you don't get the discount for the cash gold and the package. You're only gonna buy your cash gold, and then once you upload your cash gold, you're gonna go over and purchase the package, and that's where you're gonna get the discount when you're purchasing the package, not necessarily cash gold. But a couple of weeks ago, we were getting discounts on both of them. So we got to go back and make sure that once all these changes get complete, then we'll come back and we'll when we learn, we'll come back and we'll teach you guys, But also, with that being said, I try to tell my whole entire team and everybody's on this call, the information that Larry and I get, and you guys can get the same information. When you log into your Karatbars account, go to your back office and click on the latest news, because anything that you see on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, it's not it's not official until you see it in your back office in the latest news. Okay. And then follow. We give you guys people's names like Michael Dalco, what's his name? McGray. Gregory McGray, Ty Best. Follow those guys on Facebook and Zoom. They give you updates. And then we got like some Synergy Gold groups. These people put out some magnificent training videos, So.
And they have calendars with events that's going on all the time. Synergy Gold has a presentation, I think, every 3 hours. So if you have somebody who wants to see a presentation, send them there. But again, Reggie, those were those links that I sent you.
Mm-hmm. So, I like what you guys are saying. Do you also see maybe having, and you may have said this already, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe having another day, not this meeting here, because to be honest, when I invite new people to this is an overkill for them, because we're already at 100 and they had 0, so they're lost in the sauce. This is the feedback that I'm getting. So we probably need to have something, if we're talking about building a team, a time that we can do QA. Just put something out there and say, okay, this is what's going on. Give me some Q&A on what you're seeing and how do you do this kind of thing. That would help empower me so that when I'm talking to these folks, I can tell them this is what it is before I bring them to this forum. Because this forum here is, you guys have been doing this for quite a while. So the new guys, they really don't get anything out of it. You know what I'm saying?
You see Al smiling. There's a reason why. Go ahead, Al.
Well, see, Larry and I, to be honest, I'm just gonna be out. I'm gonna just throw it out there, man, because Larry and I talk, and I guess I was being a little bit too kind, too nice tonight. Maybe I'm a little emotional or something. I don't know, but we're gonna end this call, and we wasn't gonna do this call anymore. We're just gonna start on our Thursday night calls when they log in. Then we would, instead of giving them our Zoom link, we're gonna give them the goldrocks.info link, and they wasn't gonna log in at 8 o'clock. They're gonna log in at 9 o'clock, and they're gonna watch the business plan. That's where you want to be. You want to send the new people to goldrocks.info to watch the business plan, right? And they show them the steps to build it. So what we were gonna do is, remember how we had the call with you and your team yesterday, Reggie?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's plugging in, if you plugged in, you're doing auto save, right? And you're willing to grow the team. That means talk to other people and invite other people to the call, right? That's the call where, like what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who's just showing up and just sitting there and just acting like, they're just kind of, like we need the numbers, like they just kind of log in and say, well, I'm just logging in because they need some numbers. No, we don't. We don't need the numbers. We don't need people just sitting there, just to show some numbers. We need people that's going to help the team grow. You know what I'm saying? So those people are going to be on this call, whatever night we decide to do, we're going to have it on. Those are the people who are going to be on the call from this on out. From here on out, the call that new people are going to be invited to is going to be at 9 o'clock at goldrocks.info. Okay. And then we'll have, we have a call where after they get through doing that, after they see the actual business plan, then we can say, okay, look, if you're interested, get back with your sponsor, which would be like one of us that's on the call right now, right? They might get back with you, Reggie, or you, Tanker, or me, or Tiba, or Larry, and say, hey, I want more information. Then Larry and I will get together and we're gonna say, hey, look, we're gonna have a Q&A meeting Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And that's when all the new people who went to goldrocks.info and watched the business plan that want to come back in, and get the information and find out how to get going.
Okay. So how would you do that if Tanker has people and I have people? How would we know that you're doing something for Tanker?
Because we're gonna put it out just like we put it out. How did you know about tonight's call?
Well, I knew that because Larry sent me a thing, and I knew it's every Thursday night.
Yep, and that's what's gonna happen. So you're gonna get alert, and only the people. So we're gonna have a different little group because in our email we could do that. So let's just say there's what 4, 8. Say there's 12 people on the call right now, and these 12 people are the ones that's right now are going to be. They're our goal. Hey, this is our team. These are the people who are saying, I'm plugged in, I'm saving gold,
Gotcha.
and I'm inviting people to the call. These 12 people will be, you be the first people in the email. And so you guys send people to the 9 o'clock call. And then if people come back and say they want more information, then Larry's going to send out an email to these 12 people and say, hey, if you have new people that want the information, we're going to have a Q&A. And it'll be an invitation. So you guys will know. Nobody, all the people that come in and just kind of hang out, just to hang out, we're going to send them a meeting too. And it's going to be the Girl Scout meeting where they can just go and hang out and have.
I knew it was gonna come out at some point. Al.
Well, I don't want to go to that meeting. I ain't got time to be just sitting around. So.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just, I like the direction we're going, but it's an elephant. So we got to learn now, how do I take this elephant, bite-size it for the people that don't know so that we can, engage. I got the videos, but the videos are not engaging. I want to say, stop the video. I got a question about what he just said.
You got to get them on goldrocks.info on Sunday nights, man. Go to wealthbuilderworldwide.net and it'll tell you the fast track training and what they got to do is they got to just listen, watch what happened, and then if they have questions, they have a chat room just like we do. They can put it. What they won't like you to do if you have a question, put it in the Q&A. They have a Q&A on those calls. So you put your question in there, and they'll put a queue. And once they get through showing the plan, and once they get through going over the training they want to, they open it up. They open it up to, and I'll tell you what, they'll be on that doggone call. I've been on that call one time. It might start at 7. You might be on it because they want to answer everybody's question the best they possibly can. You might be on that call till 10 o'clock at night, but they want to answer your questions.
Got it. GoldRocks.info, is that what you said?
Yes, sir. GoldRocks.info. And go to Wealth Builders Worldwide to find out wealthbuildersworldwide.net. And that's you find out when the actual fast, what time. I know it's on Sunday nights, and I think it's at 7 o'clock, but I can't be for sure.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm getting ready to go there now.
Hey, Tanker, you had a question, brother? You got to unmute yourself. Can't hear you, Tanker. There you go.
You go. Okay, you got me. How y'all doing, man?
All right, brother.
I guess the question is, so now in June, since there's going to be a lot of changes, are you suggesting that I get back with Jimmy and tell him to hold off before purchasing his package, or
No, don't make that mistake. I did that. Well, I didn't really do it on purpose. Me and Larry was doing a presentation at my office one night, and I had two ladies, the two E8s in the Army that was getting ready to sign up, and there was a guy there that made a couple of comments and they held up, and they said, okay, well we'll just wait, right? And they waited, and they're still waiting. They haven't purchased a pack. That was 2 years ago, and needless to say, we stopped inviting that guy to our meetings.
Okay. Okay.
But no, it's not going to be that kind of
change. He's right. Yeah, because he called me back, man. I mean, shoot, about an hour after I texted you and told you what was going on with him, and shoot, he was already telling his son about it, and his son was like, he's gonna jump on too. So I just wanted to know which way, to make sure he gets everything that he needs, because he has some questions, and I answered those. As far as the business side, he had it all backwards and confused. As far as if he had his own business, he wanted to put his business in Karat bars, but he had that mixed up with buying a business package for, you know, himself, or
Oh, yeah.
he had it, but he's jumping at it. At least he's reading and trying to understand the system. So, you
Yeah, you
know,
need to get
and
him.
Mr. Jimmy is back. Yeah, he's in his 70s, and he's like I say, you know, he's ready. He's
Yeah,
ready.
you just need to tie him down and get him plugged in with Larry, man. Because Larry can, man, I tell you, once you get him plugged in with Larry, man, he'll get that, he'll get him straight and get him rocking and rolling.
Yeah,
Because
but he said, meanwhile, he's gonna go ahead on and start saying automatically having some gold taken out of his account automatically.
yeah,
That's the way he said it. So
yeah, and it's okay. Hey, tell him to get that package because hey, you know, if you wait for the changes to take place, he's gonna be automatic behind the power curve.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, just buy what you can and learn it later.
Earn
Okay.
while you learn.
That's right.
Okay. Larry, I know you say you was gonna get with me on it. Is there so just whenever, man, just pencil me in whenever you get a chance, so that way I can let him know, you know, hey man, which route is the best way to go? Because a lot done changed since the last time we purchased our package.